Hello everyone. Welcome to Whispers of Turkish Stars. All the details are in today's video, and if you enjoy this kind of deep dive into the most talked about moments in Turkish showbiz, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars. You can go even further by tapping the join button below to support the channel. Thank you, and let's begin. In the last few days, the Turkish entertainment scene, and, remarkably, fans across the Spanish-speaking world who have followed these actors since their earliest roles has been shaken by a controversy no one saw coming. A few seconds of footage, seemingly innocent but incredibly intimate, showing Erkan and Hazal sharing a private moment, exploded online and triggered an avalanche of comments, theories, and emotional reactions that still hasn't calmed down. What would normally be a simple gesture between two people? An affectionate kiss, a quiet caress, a look that says more than words suddenly became the center of a media storm. Where the images came from remains unclear. What is certain is how quickly they spread. Within minutes, they were everywhere. Some viewers praised the natural warmth between Erkan and Hazal, applauding what they saw as a fleeting glimpse of genuine tenderness. Others, however, condemned the leak itself, calling it an intrusion into a moment that should never have been torn from its private setting. The first frames of the clip, said to be from a private gala where the atmosphere was dizzy with flashbulbs and phones raised at every angle, show Erkan and Hazal tucked into a quiet corner, talking closely. Then, without warning, the camera window catches what looks like the sort of instant that exists only for two people. A gentle, unguarded kiss, small and sincere, devoid of any performance. It's clear that this wasn't meant for public eyes, yet that stolen fragment was seized by the internet and played millions of times. Their teams reacted swiftly. The moment gossip sites started posting blurry screenshots, representatives reached out to editors, entertainment accounts, and the managers of digital platforms to ask for restraint and respect. They didn't mince words about what was at stake. Turning a private exchange into a mass spectacle not only harms the individuals involved but also fuels a machine of speculation that becomes harder to stop once it gets rolling. Despite that appeal, the dominoes kept falling. Feeds filled up with heated conversations about where curiosity ends and empathy begins. Do public figures surrender their right to intimacy because they're adored? Is every affectionate gesture fair game the second there's a lens nearby? Or does that mindset create an atmosphere where even the smallest human moment becomes risky? Throughout the noise, both Erkan and Hazal chose silence. They did not post a statement, did not give a quote, did not step in to guide the narrative. That pause meant different things to different people. Some read it as a sign that the situation had cut deep. Others saw it as steadiness and poise, a refusal to throw fuel on a fire that could flare into something much worse. A note from their representatives was dissected endlessly. It was gracious but unwavering, asking the media and fans alike to act with responsibility and compassion. It underscored a simple point. The images weren't intended for public viewing, and building a story on top of them was unfair to both artists. The leak had a chilling effect within the industry. Many Turkish celebrities chose to say nothing, insisting that it wasn't their place to discuss private matters belonging to others. Meanwhile, a wave of support surged across X, Instagram, and TikTok. Millions of fans, including those who first discovered Erkan and Hazal years ago and have watched them grow, flooded timelines with messages defending them. Countless posts condemned whoever breached their privacy. Many argued that what the clip shows is not scandal but closeness, something to be handled with care, not to be exploited. Even with the measured response from the representatives, the conversation didn't stop. It just shifted. Talk shows debated it, fan forums hosted long threads, and entertainment blogs picked apart every frame for clues. Some said the clip underscored what many always believed, that the warmth people felt from Erkan and Hazal on and off screen reflected something real. Others warned that this was exactly how constant visibility can turn into a trap. When life is lived under a microscope, even beautiful moments can become liabilities. Who recorded the footage is still unknown. No one has come forward, and those who were at the gala remain quiet. Maybe it's fear of backlash. Maybe it's a shared belief that nothing more should be said. That hush only deepens the mystery. Was it a guest who didn't think twice before hitting upload? Was it a careless share that slipped beyond its intended circle? Or a calculated move to create a swirl of attention around two of the most talked about names in Turkish television? No one seems to have the answer. And yet the question keeps headlines spinning. People close to the couple say that Erkan's first concern was how the noise would affect Hazal. He's said to have worried about the way harsh comments can ricochet through social media, and how even good intentions can get twisted once the crowd takes over. For her part, Hazal reportedly felt both sad and weary. Not because of what the video shows, but because a fragment of intimacy had been stripped of its context and turned into something for public consumption. That feeling, those sources suggest, weighed on both of them. It's impossible to ignore the emotional toll of living through a moment like this in public. For years, Erkan and Hazal have inspired deep affection across not only Turkey but the Spanish-speaking world as well, where audiences embraced their early work and followed their paths with loyalty. Which is why the leak sparked a collective sense of protectiveness among fans. This wasn't ours to see, many wrote. What should have remained between two people now belongs to an audience of millions, and that imbalance is precisely what feels unfair. And so, dear Whispers of Turkish Stars community, we want to hear from you. Where should the boundary be drawn? Is love between public figures something the world is entitled to witness at every turn, or do these moments deserve to be safeguarded no matter how high the fame? The conversation is about more than just two names, it's about every celebrity trying to live authentically while being watched from every angle. Before we continue, a quick reminder that your voice helps this channel grow. If you value this kind of careful, emotionally intelligent storytelling about the stars you follow, subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next breakdown, and leave a like. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, consider tapping the join button. It helps us keep researching, fact-checking, and bringing you meaningful content. This story is still unfolding. The press keeps circling, the fanbase keeps processing, and Erkan and Hazal, with calm that many find admirable, have not let the swirling noise knock them off balance. What the incident lays bare, again, is an uncomfortable truth about celebrity. Privacy is fragile, almost brittle, and a single unauthorized recording can unleash an emotional and media tempest that no one can fully control. In the coming days, we may get new angles, new interpretations, and maybe a formal statement. For now, the key thing to remember is that behind the cameras and the headlines stand two real people with real hearts. Keeping that in mind changes the way we watch, the way we share, and the way we talk about moments that were never meant to be public. Let's look more closely at how we got here. The gala where the clip was allegedly filmed was described as elegant but crowded, the kind of event where it's hard to spot where the private ends and the public begins. Despite velvet ropes and quiet corners, there were phones everywhere, a reality every celebrity knows too well. According to whispers from the room, Erkan and Hazal arrived separately, mingled with friends, and kept a low profile. It wasn't a red carpet moment, it was a night to enjoy, to exhale, to be human. From what the footage suggests, they drifted away from the main cluster of guests, creating a small island of calm. There's a brief exchange, heads close, voices low. And then that fleeting kiss. The vibe is soft, unperformed, almost absent-minded in its tenderness. There's no grand declaration. It looks like two people simply being themselves. After the clip went public, some viewers argued that the tenderness it captured shouldn't be what's on trial. The real issue, they said, is consent. Others countered that public figures can't expect privacy at a crowded event. But even there, the debate fractures. Is it fair to say that anyone who steps onto a carpet signs away the right to an unobserved moment, even in a dim corner? Or should our shared ethics evolve with our technology so that the urge to record is tempered by respect? Industry insiders quietly compared this episode to other high-profile leaks. Many recalled how quickly the cycle can spin out of control. Footage spreads, narratives get stitched together from scraps, and by the time any official voice steps in, the moment has already been consumed and repurposed 1,000 different ways. That pace leaves little space for humanity. Friends of the couple, while choosing silence publicly, are said to be rallying around them in private. One person close to Hazal described her as resilient but sensitive to the weight of public opinion, a quality that has endeared her to fans and made this particular ordeal sting. As for Erkan, those who know him speak of a steady, grounded presence, someone who protects the people he cares about by refusing to let chaos dictate the tone of the day. The choice to let the storm pass may not satisfy the internet's appetite, but it might be the healthiest path. What happens next? It's possible the source of the leak will be identified. It's possible it won't. It's possible the noise will fade as the internet finds new obsessions. What should remain, though, is the lesson: adoration and access aren't the same thing. Loving artists doesn't require translating their private lives into content. Until more is known, this is where we are. A community of viewers reckoning with our power, a media ecosystem measuring its ethics against its hunger, and a couple navigating the fallout of a moment that should have stayed theirs. Perhaps what matters most now is the grace we show, in the comments we post, in the decisions editors make, and in the restraint of anyone who might, at some future party, feel the itch to record. Thank you so much for watching this video on Whispers of Turkish Stars. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like if this resonated with you, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next update. If you want to support our work more directly, click the join button. It truly helps us keep creating. The story of this leak continues to evolve, and we'll be here to guide you through it with care. Until next time, take good care of yourselves, and goodbye.